Have you ever stopped to wonder about the true cost of the Korean War? Picture this, a conflict that spanned 3 years, took millions of lives, and drained economies. Now think about the aftermath. The rebuilding, the healing, the lessons learned. It's a staggering tale of sacrifice, pain, and resilience. But amidst the shadows of war, could there be glimmers of growth, of progress, of something good? Join us as we delve deeper into the events, cost, and aftermath of the Korean War. The Korean War, often referred to as the Forgotten War, began on June 25, 1950. In the aftermath of World War II, Korea, once under Japanese rule, was divided at the 38th parallel into two spheres of influence. The North, backed by the Soviet Union, and the South, supported by the United States, emerged as separate entities. As tensions between these two halves escalated, the North, under the leadership of Kim Il-sung, sought to unify the peninsula under its communist regime. June 25, 1950, marked a turning point when North Korean forces, armed with Soviet tanks and artillery, crossed the 38th parallel, invading South Korea. The world watched in shock as the North's formidable military machine seemed unstoppable, quickly capturing Seoul, the South's capital. This invasion marked the beginning of a war that would last 3 long years. The cost of war is always high, and the Korean War was no exception. When we delve into the financial burden borne by the United States, it's staggering. The war cost approximately $20 billion, a figure equivalent to roughly $220 billion in today's currency. This doesn't even account for the ongoing expenses, like veterans' benefits and interest on the debt incurred. But the cost wasn't just monetary. The human toll was devastating. Over 1.5 million people lost their lives, including military personnel from both sides and countless civilians. These numbers are more than just statistics. They represent fathers, mothers, sons, and daughters whose lives were cut short by the brutality of warfare. And then there's the environmental impact. Korea's landscape was ravaged by 3 years of relentless fighting. Forests were destroyed, rivers polluted, and cities reduced to rubble. The war left scars on the land that took decades to heal, if they ever did. While it's essential to remember these costs, it's equally important to recognize that they were not borne by the United States alone. South Korea, North Korea, and the other nations involved paid dearly as well. The shared sacrifice of these countries and their people is a sobering reminder of the true cost of war. The price paid during this conflict was immense, but what was the aftermath? The Korean War officially ended on July 27, 1953, but its aftermath is still felt today. The curtain fell on the battlefield, but the echoes of the conflict reverberated far beyond the Korean peninsula. In the wake of the war, a 2.5-mile-wide buffer zone was established, stretching across the peninsula. This demilitarized zone, or DMZ, is a stark living reminder of the division between North and South Korea. It stands as the most heavily militarized border in the world, a silent testament to the unresolved tension. The war's impact rippled outward, influencing global politics in profound ways. It intensified the Cold War, setting the stage for further confrontations between the superpowers. The Korean War demonstrated the power and the peril of collective security under the United Nations, setting a precedent for future interventions. Yet, amid the turmoil, there were glimmers of hope. The war's end marked the beginning of South Korea's transformation. In the aftermath, South Korea rose from the ashes, evolving from a war-torn nation into a global economic powerhouse, a testament to the resilience and determination of its people. The war's end was not an end to the conflict, but a beginning of a new chapter. The echoes of the Korean War still resonate today, a reminder of the cost of conflict and the enduring hope for reconciliation and peace. So, we've explored the events, cost, and aftermath of the Korean War. We've delved into its origins, the staggering toll it took on human lives and infrastructure, and the deep scars it left behind. We've also acknowledged the mixed outcomes, such as the birth of modern South Korea, despite the immense suffering. The complexities of this war, often deemed the Forgotten War, are vast, and its echoes continue to resonate. It's clear that the Korean War has left a lasting legacy that should not be forgotten.